All right, I always start with howdy. Howdy.
Howdy.
Yeah. All right, so I was given 3 minutes to talk about 3 celebrations, which is clearly not enough time. In the town hall meetings, we go into great depth, as you've seen, about celebrations. I've been nominated the Director of Celebrations, the DOC, and now I go by Doc. All right. 3 minutes, not enough time. So I have a prelude, which does not count in my time, but I think that's how you cheat the system, follow. That's how you do it. I think this little story talks about who we are as a church and his word. That is who we are as a church. That is in our DNA, to be the hands and feet of Jesus Christ. And that story, that is the most recent story, is repeated in many ways by many people over the course of the year. And I think that's worthy of celebration. Okay, the clock starts now. 3 minutes, 3 celebrations. So in order to do 3 celebrations, I came up with themes, which have a lot of bullet points under them. The first celebration is openness. Our vision statement is people doing life together. We are not only open to diversity, we embrace it, and we're blessed by it. We had the African Sunday service a few weeks ago, and this is a diverse congregation of various races and ages, which truly enriches our worship service and our personal spiritual journeys. Sticking with the theme of openness, I really like this. We are open to the debate about our ever-changing world and how best McKendree can serve in it. And we seek the input from the congregation. We have this Y conference coming up, these workshops, really to understand how McKendree can best be placed to serve the community. I also appreciate and celebrate the openness and transparency regarding our financial position with the congregation. And Steve's done a wonderful job of sharing this in the town hall meetings each year. The church has taken the important steps to ensure stability going forward, and the congregation has answered the call to help pay down the mortgage rapidly. Okay, that was theme 1. 2 more to go. Theme number 2, I still have 2 minutes to go. I celebrate outreach. We celebrate how McKendree has expanded its community service efforts. So organized, Grace has led organization of 2 workdays to support UMCOR with their disaster relief efforts. And obviously right now we know how important that is to our region. We have an upcoming great day of service, which gives our congregation service opportunities in tangible ways to be the hands and feet of Jesus. We grew our vacation Bible school this year. That was kind of cool. Both, not only the number of children, but equally important, participation by the adults as volunteers. Even with financial constraints, we continue to support the Lawrenceville Co-op financially with food drives and time served by many of our members. Our commitment to serve meals at Rainbow Village has grown, and more of our members are serving as tutors and mentors, I should say, at McKendree Elementary. This summer, when we didn't have landscaping, many members sweated it out in the heat, just showed up with lawnmowers and stuff and weed whackers and made it happen to make the campus shine. So obviously there are many outreach service levels. Next year at the town hall, you'll see a beautiful slideshow with all the pictures. It's gonna be great, but not for the 3 minutes I was given today. And I have 1 minute left. So I actually have a recognition here of each staff member, and I'm not gonna do that because I did that at the town hall. But I will say this, and I wanna celebrate the staff and recognize they have been asked to do more with less. And they have, they've stood up and raised to the challenge here. And that is truly worth the celebration. So thank you for your time, and I invite Mr. Steve, the visionary, the director of vision, or the dove, is coming up.
So my name is Steve Olds, and I've been asked to give a quick overview of 3 of our many goals for McKendree in the next year. And like Terry, who was, Pastor Cindy's a genius because she told Terry do 2 or 3 minutes knowing she would get 6 or 7 minutes out of him. She told me to do $1,000 pledged for that. And to date, we've received almost $450,000. So there's about $150,000 of pledge money left out there. So that's the good news, is that we've done really well on that. But we still have about $300,000 left on the mortgage. So there's about a $150,000 gap. And so, I'd ask everybody to, if you have a pledge, to complete your pledge in 2025. If you've already completed your pledge, prayerfully reconsider that maybe you can give even more than you originally pledged for to help get to that number. And if for some reason you couldn't pledge at the time, prayerfully consider whether now situation is different that you could help out with that. And even if you can't help out, just pray to help McKendree with their mortgage. So the second where we should go and maybe weaknesses as well. And so everybody really can attend these sessions. And I really encourage people to sign up. And the reason I say that is because everybody comes with at least some information. They come with, why did they pick McKendree? Why do they stay here? What are the things they like about McKendree? And possibly what things that they're not thrilled with about McKendree. And so it is super important to get that input so that leading into 2025, we can help make that why. And people may say, well, how does the why differ from the mission statement? The why is a little bit more specific. I think of it as that elevator speech that we will all have, that, if you're talking to somebody and they say, where do you go to church? And you say McKendree, and they say, well, why do you go there? You have the points that you can give them, and then they can see if that's a good match for them or not. Stephanie and I recently had dinner with a friend from Ohio that was going to a church, and she, we asked that exact question, why are you going to that? And she could answer it very succinctly and very quickly, and that's where we need to get and focus our resources on that. And then the final goal for the next year, and it isn't the final goal because we have a lot of other goals. There will be goals that come out of the visioning session, but the final goal I'm going to highlight is engagement with the preschool. So this has been a great outreach ministry for McKendree for years, and we kind of went through a cycle there where it was almost thought, some people thought of it as separate of the church and two separate bodies. Well, we've really made strides, and we're going to continue to make strides to invigorate the union of those two things. And so, for instance, earlier this fall, we had the Back to School Bash, and there was a concerted effort to make sure that all the preschool kids and parents were invited to that, and we had just a wonderful turnout. So going forward, we're going to stress more staff and lay involvement into the preschool, and then more opportunities for parents and children in the preschool to participate in events. The three things I had were retiring mortgage, and retiring mortgage. No, that comes from the finance. So retiring mortgage, defining the why, and remember those visions.